Welcome to the weekend show with Mediumjay. It's Black History Month, baby. You know what the fuck going on, man? Podcast is late in accordance to Color People time. We're celebrating Black History Month, baby. There's a lot of stuff we gotta cover, but we gotta first say shouts out to the brothers fighting the struggle, all the men, women, children, my people, blacks, all around, black people, light skin. The cutoff point, albino, as if you albino like me, you know what I mean? You got a little bit of that ancestry, George Jefferson somewhere in that ancestry.com, you know what I'm saying? Black History Month is nice, man. So we get 1 month out the year, and it's the shortest month. It's the shortest month in the year, and you could as a black guy, you could walk into your job, your office or whatever. You could walk in 30 minutes late and just say some shit like, "Yeah, I was celebrating Kwanzaa." You're like, "It's Kwanzaa. It's February." No one knows. You just make it up. Just make it up. Yeah, man, I was just praying to Malcolm X the other day. You know what I mean? I was reciting the "I Have a Dream" speech this morning. You know, I was watching Cat Williams this morning. You know, Cat Williams' new special drop. Fuck, man, Cat Williams is a funny motherfucker, man. I don't want to hear none of you motherfuckers talking about crime statistics. The Epstein files, ain't no white person ever get arrested, right? And it's true. I got that feeling. I got that his energy off of like his special. I feel like though all y'all motherfuckers can't be talking shit about these. You know what I mean? Epstein and Ghislaine went down, but even then, there's a conspiracy popping up saying that Epstein's still alive. You believe that shit? You know what I mean? And there's photos. Motherfucker grew out his beard. He looks like Jim when Jim from The Office, John Krasinski, went into Benghazi, in that movie where he is in Benghazi fighting terrorists, right? But yeah, man, I'm pretty sure that's Epstein, right? There's the picture floating around on the internet on these anonymous sites and whatnot, and it's got into popularity because people put it all over Twitter or X, and it's it looks like him, man. It looks like Jeffrey Epstein, and he's just walking around, a bunch of guards around this guy. If it's not him, who is just some regular unidentifiable guy walking around with like a SEAL team task force, right? I don't want to hear none of y'all motherfuckers. There's like almost all the presidents, that are still alive have been on that island. These global tech billionaires. Elon Musk wanted to he was outside like, let me in that motherfucking island. He was begging Epstein, and Epstein was like, and this guy's a loser, bro. There's all the emails all throughout the history of time. And the guys that were called Elon Musk and Trump were one of the big proponents of like once they got into administration is to release these files because it has damning evidence on the Hillary Clinton and the Biden, Democrats, right? But it's all of them, right? Here's the thing. Someone posted, they did an X post going like, the reason why there's never going to be an arrest, no one's going to trial, nothing, there's no allegations. They literally on the news, you type in, why hasn't anyone been arrested? They go, well, because even though the pictures are horrific, there's no one's coming forward, right? They just keep dying. You go, if the witnesses keep disappearing and we stop looking for all of the bodies that fucking... Epstein had a trapdoor. There's literally a picture of Jeffrey Epstein and his trapdoor, and it's like it leads right to the sea, baby. It leads right to the sea. Easily disposed. The sharks eat those bones. Leads right to the... You know what I mean? This motherfucker tweeting on his regular Gmail account. No fucking anonymous... no VPN. This motherfucker was literally committing crimes on Google.com for everyone to see. It's crazy. I don't want to hear nobody talking about no crime. Black people commit statistically, the 13% commit over 80% of the crime. Nigga, out of all of the fucking people that have been they said if you stack up the Epstein files, it goes as high as like the Eiffel Tower or some shit. Like if you stack one individual little, and you're like, and none of that's a crime though. No, you guys got like 3,000 fucking or 3 million pages of shit. You got a bunch of pages to the point where it can build a house. You could build a fucking raft out of those papers and get off the island. That's how many, pages of documents, and there's nothing, not one crime committed. Literally has a 12-year-old, Jeffrey Epstein has a 12-year-old in his lap with a mini skirt and no shirt and just like a tank top on, and he's like groping her, and you're like, yeah, nothing. That's nothing. Yeah, he's probably babysitting. Right? I don't know. A lot of people are like, there's people winding up missing. I don't know, man. And I was like, why are they doing this? Like, I always was from the component of, if they came out and said, yeah, we got a bunch of international waters, on an island, laws are a little, I don't know if it's out in whatever, Costa Rica or something. It's somewhere in some Virgin Islands, somewhere where maybe the laws are what? Oh, she's 14, it's okay, she's good to go. Grass on the field, good to play. I don't know the legal loopholes or mental gymnastics that these guys are playing themselves with, but it's damning. All of this stuff's damning. And I'm like, man, why would they come out with all this stuff? There's all this redacted stuff, and they're slowly drip feeding us so that it's like it's a frog in hot water. I realize they're like slowly gonna get into the point where they're gonna just say like, man, these people are rich, and they hire hitmen when they ruin the business, because the business will ruin. This is the end goal, right? This is what I think the end goal. The end goal is, it's Black History Month. The end goal is to eventually just get regular people to be comfortable with fucking rich people doing whatever the fuck they want, right? They're gonna go, listen, man, if we didn't kill these people that were gonna talk shit, business would have collapsed, you guys would have lost investments, would have been another bank run, people just, checking out of society. We did it to protect the innocent lives that you guys hold, because we're out here doing corrupt shit, hoping that it never gets back to you. But since it's out, we kill people, we fuck kids, and we do this shit, and it's damn, all of this stuff is damning, because I go, oh shit, okay, so they're slow drip feeding us the fact that pedophilia is okay if you make hundreds of millions of dollars. If you make billions of dollars, pedophilia is okay right off the bat. Now they're gonna try to fucking Indiana Jones in a Temple of Doom replace the your morals and values with like a brick of gold. Like, yeah, huh? This is a little bit of money, big. I know how hard it is to get gold. Gold's doing well right now, and precious metals are up. Here's a big, but we're gonna take your complete moral compass, and we're just gonna smash it on the ground. We're gonna make sure that you don't give a. And here's the thing. Regular people have, I think, like I've been taught. I got 4 years ago. I was joking. I was on that island and I was there to go swimming. But some of these motherfuckers actually came out with I was just there to go snorkeling. What the fuck? You gotta understand. Sometimes I'll be very it's parody. It's a joke. It just come on the podcast. A few weeks ago, I was talking about kidnapping the president of Venezuela. You gotta know that's a joke. If you don't, then you're probably too dumb to even understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. You know what I'm saying? But incredibly vital that most regular people have to comprehend that the fact I said that years ago. I'm like, if they just came out and said all the shit that they did and all, and they're like, what are you gonna do? Like if Donald Trump said, yeah, I was on the island and international waters, we did pretty much whatever the fuck we wanted. Some people got uppity. They didn't make it back home. Let's just say that. What do you? Next question. Right? Just lay it all on the line. Next question. What are you gonna do? What about the family? Well, they also disappeared too. The families that were questioning and they disappeared. I don't know. Then suddenly no one. Suddenly, the cousins and the cousins and the aunties and the extended family. Suddenly they all just said fuck it because they don't want no problems, right? And if you guys keep talking about this after that I talk, let's just say there's gonna be some problems. There's not a threat. There's legally his lawyers in the back like it's not really a threat. It's just unfathomable uncomprehensible repercussions for you questioning the shit that we do on that island. And there's breaking news, right? The Island Boys. Remember the Island Boys? And everyone was like, where the fuck are these guys? And how are they rich? And how do they get money? Oh, well, it's fucking TikTok. You're like, okay. TikTok's paying for these niggas to get tattoos all over their body. I know tattoos, right? I got this Medusa tattoo right here, right? If you're just listening, click over to the YouTube video real quick. That piece, it's $700. And the tattoo artist was amazing and took her time and everything, but it was like 6 hours, I think. No, 3 hours. 3.5 hours for fucking $700, right? But she paid, it just cost like paid her by like $200 an hour, but it was worth it. Some people get like those $50 hour tattoo, and they can't they're the motherfuckers that couldn't color between the lines as a kid. You know what I mean? You're like, this is a picture of the bunny rabbit, and you're like, or no, picture of Santa, and it's like his coat. It looks like he's bleeding, right? He's just bleeding because they just kind of colored all outside the lines and whatnot. But the Island Boys are Jeffrey Epstein's sons. They literally, and I don't know how true this is, right? But they did a side by side of the little kids and then the Island Boys that we know now today, and they flipped them back and forth, flipped them back and forth, flipped them back and forth. And I'm like, yo, what if these guys never even had tattoos? You know what I mean? They did weird gay stuff at one point to just be controversial. But they looked aimless, right? They looked like they're like everything's always been good. So no matter what we do, I'm gonna kiss my brother. I'm gonna have some baby mamas that whatever. And I was always like why do these guys? They're like on drugs, chilling in a pool in a nice beach resort or something. And I'm like, how is it that these guys literally there's not 1 ounce of what is that? It's ethics. Yeah, there's not 1 ounce of work ethic in these guys. Like everything they do is kind of like a mumbled. Like they're just pretending to be a rapper. They did that song. We're just some island boys. And you go, okay, that's their shitty hit. I don't even know if it's a song you could listen to on Spotify or anything like that. But man, there was this. It was Instagram, so I don't know how real Instagram is, right? But it was an Instagram reel, REEL, by the way. That's also another manipulation tactic. It's a reel, but in your mind you're like, oh, it's a reel. I'm watching reels. This is what real, double entendre kind of thing. It does spark, your deeper subconscious. It lights it up and fucks with your head. So it might not be. It might be just fake completely, like most things are in this reality. But I guess the Epstein boys, right? It's not the Island boys no more. They call them the Epstein boys from now on, right? Hey, they're the Epstein boys. This guy was like hitting on a chick, and she was like a a pretty Instagram girl, right? So what do you do? He's like, oh, like, yo, you heard of Epstein? I'm his son. He's just going, he's trying to hit on a girl and just blowing up. You heard we got an island. You know what I'm saying? We some island boys. You know, grow up there. That's how it is. You never heard of Epstein? Shit, you know, haven't heard of my daddy? You know, one of those niggas. Yeah, and this is motherfucker 20 something. He has to be 22, 23, young guy, but. Just when you're that old, telling people, hey, you know my dad will beat your dad up, right? That's I don't care if your dad's a billionaire, right? I don't care if your dad's Elon Musk. If you're fucking, trying to run game to a chick, that's not, bro. That ain't it, bro. My dad's Trump. My dad's this. My dad actually owns several businesses, so I'm wealthy. You ain't do shit though. It's your dad's money. So you're gonna probably fuck your dad. if that was, you know what I mean? If that was the you're talking up your dad, you're cock blocking yourself and being your wingman for your dad. It's weird. And men nowadays, that's all we're. Here's the thing, no real man shit goes like viral anymore. It's all Liver King shit. I did this shit natural, bro. And then he's like, 8 months later, you're like, wow, I've been following the liver. I've been eating nothing but, elk hearts and fucking sheep liver, all raw. Fucking got a cancerous growth, and I'm like, I've been hitting the gym like crazy, but I hit a wall. My muscles, I'm big, but I'm not Liver King big. What's going on? What am I doing? And then 8 months later, he comes out and he goes, yeah. Due to unforeseen circumstances, I got to admit that it's all a lie, guys. I used a lot of roids, I did eat liver once in a while, but also roids and pancakes. You know what I mean? They stuffed pancakes, and I took all kinds of roids too. I took the injectable roids. I took the Flintstone vitamin roids. I took the fucking suppository roids. They were shoving roids up my ass. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. They liquefied, roids, and I took a bath in that motherfucker. I took human growth hormones. I took fucking. I drank the blood of a 15-year-old girl. It was like a vampire. I didn't know what was gonna happen. I'd taken adrenochrome. And Andrew Tate. All y'all motherfuckers love Andrew Tate, right? And this is what Black history has become. We're just diminishing all of white people's heroes, right? These are fucking lame people, man. Joe Rogan, I'll take the over under. Joe Rogan doesn't have one black guy on in February, right? We're doing it. $5 down to everybody, right? If he does, but you gotta agree to. Here's the thing: you gotta comment. I agree to the bet, and clearly, if this releases before, or no, sorry, this releases after, because this is gonna probably release today. Joe Rogan might have a podcast today. It's Tuesday. It's the weekend show, but it's Tuesday because it's Black History Month, baby. $5. This is a crazy bet to anybody. You know what I mean? If thousands of people, I could lose a lot of money. $5 to anybody in the comments that goes, I agree to this bet, right? E-transfer, PayPal. I don't have. It's America's Cash App, and Venmo is America. But a PayPal is fucking the same thing. I'll open up, get a PayPal account, or I'll email transfer if you live in the same fucking country that I live in. God's country, home of the North, where they freed slaves and then just said, let's not talk about it. Right? There was no, Canada was pretty relaxed. They're like, we got an underground railroad, come up to Canada. Let's not talk about it. Also, don't talk to me, you filthy nigger. But leaving a nigga to be alone with his thoughts is, after 400 years of detrimental unexcusable slavery. I guess that's the best we got. That's our 40 acres and a meal. Leave us alone, nigga. You could come get a loan, and that's about it. At horrific interest rates. My credit has been on my. I literally have been paying I paid almost everything off, all scheduled. That shit moved up 2 points. That shit moved up barely. I looked at it. I had to zoom in on my credit calculator score, and it was like, oh, it went up points. You went up. It was 470, 490, 405, or no, 500. Okay. No, back down. I'm like, how did it go back down? I'm paying everything off. But we're working on it. Student loans are still student loans are ridiculous, right? I hate the fact, and this, we'll side note what I was talking about. Student loans are the biggest scam ever, right? You think $800 for a book? $800. It's in my new worm gods. $800 for a book? Yeah, that makes sense. Gotta wash my money somehow, pretty much. It's like a criminal organization. Except when the government runs these organizations, they become ridiculous. And because the government's constantly competing with, like, criminals, drug dealers, killers, hitmen for hire motherfuckers, gang laundering businesses. You ever go into a part of your city? And this is probably any city in history, right? And I'm not trying to name the gangs, the KKK or the Aryan Brotherhood or the, what is the other one? Oh yeah, Hell's Angels, right? The native mafias, the East Indian. My buddy told me East Indian. You know why I was like, why are these fucking? There's a lot of East Indian owned like clubs that were coming up, and then they were like being firebombed. And I was like, who's firebombing? And my buddy's like, dude, like there's like some weird war that like most people, it's all Indians, like the Sikhs and the Hindis or something like that are like going at like a full-on war. Like they'll just burn down their shit. Some business will fucking get bought out by some other guys, and they gave them a shitty deal, and they wanted some return on something, didn't come back to the payments, fucking burned them down, right? And I was like, fuck, I never even thought of that. I always just thought Indians were like it's us versus everybody else kind of thing. You know what I mean? And I don't know. China, the Asians keep their shit down pat, but I know damn well a Chinese man and a Japanese man, they hate each other way worse than any white and black people could ever fight, right? Because white people and black people be fucking. I knew this one Korean chick, and she was like, I'm Korean, right? And I'm like, but like, are you're just full Korean? No, half. I was like, what's the other half? Oh, Japan. But I'd rather be Chinese. And I went, that's weird. China runs everything, she said. And she was just breaking it down for me. And I was like, I was sitting there taking notes. And then I got a massage and a happy ending. And I was like, wow, I totally forgot about up until now, right? Up until now, I've totally forgot what she said. But I remember being like, yeah, I think like Japanese and Chinese hate each other. The Filipinos, I think, idolize Japanese independence from China. North Korea clearly is North Korea is like that fucking wolf that you know what I mean. It's like a dog you left as a puppy and it ran away, and you're like, comes back and you're like, how'd you survive? How'd you survive all these years? And it's like all tattered, rough, and it's got the fucking 1,000-yard stare. When the motherfucker, like a grizzled veteran, just stares through you, like there's 1,000 ways I could kill you right now. And you're like, dude, I just want to buy coffee. I know you hate working at Starbucks, buddy. It's not my fault the VA fucked up your retirement. You fought a shitty war in Vietnam, and you're now mad at me, and you're pouring coffee deep into your 80s, and you're somehow not getting flashbacks when that fucking that coffee machine's whistling, you know, and the fucking you hear the like the burger, you know, or no, not the burger, those little fucking breakfast sandwiches are in the microwave, and then the thing goes off, and it sounds like a pipe bomb in the trenches that you were fighting in. It's not my fault that you got fucked by you fought a pointless war, right? Right, Black History Month, baby. When Muhammad Ali said, "Ain't no fucking Viet Cong did nothing to me. Ain't no Viet Cong did nothing wrong," I think that solidified, that one thing right there solidified, I think, people's eyes is in terms of like, wait a minute, black people have their own thoughts. We can't just brainwash them completely, right? Like, so many people just go like, oh, well, like just feed them shitty BET, and you know, like the token black guy in almost every character in Hollywood. I literally thought I had to be, growing up, I thought to myself, basketball player, like track star athlete, some football player, you know what I mean, basketball, some sort of, you know, athlete, or a rapper. That's it. I couldn't sing, and I couldn't run for shit. So I'm like, rap. Seems like that's, I got 3 things to do in my life, right? Not really that good at making beats. I don't have the fortitude I can make beats. And when I do make beats, they're unique, but I know that people are gonna look at it as trash, right? It's very, I make basic beats, right? They're like little, they're unique for sure, but it's definitely like the way I hear somebody's, like I go like their talent is my talent for rap, or speech. Like I guess, because podcasting there's an art to podcast, especially alone podcasting, right? I didn't make it to 185 episodes, you know, just flying by the seat of my pants or whatever. But, you know, I didn't make it just by willy-nilly dilly-dallying like some of these podcasters. You know, notice some of these podcasters, right? Some of these podcasters, they talk about like I'm depressed. Started going to church again. Yep. Maybe I should quit drinking. Yep. And then his buddy's like, "That's good for you though. Therapy, bro? Therapy, BetterHelp? That's our sponsor." And you're like, hey, dude, like the guest is literally having a full-fledged, like, you know, he's speechless, trying to like, I never admitted to anyone like that I'm like depressed, and the guy's like, well, BetterHelp's our sponsor, so you probably should use BetterHelp. I'm not gonna help you. You're like, listen, what is this? Has this become all one giant ad? Has your entire platform become an ad? Come to Cash Leaders, nigga. Real niggas. Here's the thing. I think I could out-contract anybody with this one simple move. My contract negates every other contract. Write it down, sign it. You're free, nigga. Here's your emancipation papers. You're free slaves. All these niggas wrapped up in their deals, businesses, enterprises, some weird multi-level schematic contract. I will print up a contract that goes through all your contracts, and we'll reverse it one by one. And that's the Cash Leaders formula. Come over to Cash Leaders, do whatever the fuck you want. Keep your money. You made your money. It's your money. Keep it, right? We'll maybe do a song together, put it on our channel. Obviously, we got to keep that song, right? But you get paid. I'm paying these niggas. I'll pay motherfuckers, and then they'll go, "Can I get some more money?" And I go, "Here you go. Do you got some more work?" And they're like, "No." And I go, "All right, then don't ever talk to me again. You just got more money back. Here's some more money, bro." Everyone likes cash. It's Cash Leaders. Here's some more money. Everyone's on credit. You know what I mean? Everybody all in the videos dancing on, they're dancing on another motherfucker's line. That's a borrowed person's time. You're borrowing motherfuckers. You're renting strippers. Y'all motherfuckers renting Cadillacs. Y'all niggas are renting your chains and ice and cars and all that shit. Nah, man. Everything we do, we own. And if we don't own it, it's whatever. If we don't own it, we don't even bother, mentioning it, right? It's Cash Leaders formula, man. Anyone that's trapped in a shitty fucking record deal, come to Cash Leaders. We got to do a song or two, and I'll fucking break you out. We'll do a couple songs, and then boom, you're free, right? I don't know if A$AP Rocky's got his, I don't know, Drake and Kendrick Lamar, they're all tied up in some weird things. But, like, the people that go, like, I'm tied up in some bullshit, we'll get on the podcast, explain it. You gotta explain it for, like, an hour. And I'll draft up I can do it. I realized I read half of the lawyer book, and I realized, the other half I think is just bullshit. I think the other half is just, it's in layman's terms, it's attack and defend. Attack, defend, deflect, and then if your other person can't attack, it's almost easier to say less because there's less for the other person, your plaintiff or defendant, whatever is less for you just state whatever your goal is. And then, the circumstances that benefit you, and you leave out, right? OJ doesn't get off of a murder just because that glove didn't fit, right? Like, there was a lot more buildup. There's a lot more character defamations. The cop said nigga to him, or said the N-word in a text or some shit on a phone call. There was a phone call of the guy saying the N-word. There's a lot more thing, but the people only remember the glove didn't fit. And we'll always, in Cash Leaders, it'll be Lawyer Leaders, baby. This is the name of the episode, Lawyer Leaders. What we'll do is, it's tough. It's tough to, like, have absolutely no ties to lawyering. There's no connections. It's just me, guys. At the end of the day, at the podcast, it's just me. But at the end of the end goal would be ideally to be Better Call Saul guy. I shouldn't be here. People are amazed that I didn't pass the bar. I didn't do anything. I got in with a guy that wanted to fuck over the system, happened to be Jewish, and he just let me do whatever I wanted because I kept getting dirty money. All my clients kept paying in unmarked bills. Every fucking character witness that actually was a threat to our legalities and our court proceedings kept wind up missing, right? I took every single play from a fucking sitcom run in New Mexico on America. On Netflix, right? I'm just Better Call Saul in it. Better Call Jeff. Better Call Cash Leaders. Lawyer Leaders. Call us. We'll get you out of a tough bind. And it'll be amazing too, right? It'll be like, I'll just say shit like, you can't handle the truth. and I won't tell the truth. That's where that movie fucked up. The moment he said, you want to know the truth, and then he started telling the truth, it's like, oh, buddy, what do you... Tom Cruise is not that good looking. If you're a guy, Jack Nicholson, I guess, amazing good looking guy. I mean, Tom Cruise, because I'm slightly attractive, right? I'm about a 7. Tom Cruise, I guess he's a 10, money, obviously. Batshit crazy, he's 10. And for whatever reason, but his middle tooth comes in the middle. His middle tooth is right down the middle, which I don't think I've ever seen, which leads me to believe he might be an alien. Right? There's just a lot of aliens. There's a lot of weird aliens walking around. But what he did to Oprah's couch, man, I remember being like, yo, man, that's, and I remember looking. I bet there was a lot of black people in the crowd looking at Oprah when she got off stage, and it was just like, you let that white boy fuck up your That's like, yo, if you, Rick James did that to Charlie and Eddie Murphy, going like, fuck you. You might as well piss on the couch. You might as well piss on a guy's face. As a black man coming up with your shoes and jumping on the dude's couch is like that's like, I don't know what white culture is, but that's like, for white people, it's like coming into your house, and if you got that rare rookie, you know, that rare rookie not Larry David, Larry Bird's fucking rookie card in holographic, you know, his rookie card in a glass, and he breaks the glass and he rips it right in front of you. That's the rare comic book, the first edition Spider-Man, and he just fucking rips, he just takes it out the package and jumps on it with his mud-stained feet. That's essentially what, for white guys, that's essentially what, for Asians, I don't know. It's like going into your tati's house or whatever, and then just slicing open all the bags of rice, right? Just looking them dead in the eyes too, just watching the rice pour it onto the floor, you know. It's that disrespectful, right? I don't know what's the equivalent to what would be East Indians. I don't know. It's like taking the food off the floor and putting it onto a plate. It's very disrespectful to whatever, you know, to disrespect cultural norms. When a motherfucker like Tom Cruise comes onto your show on your couch and jumps her up and down, going, I'm so in love, I just can't help myself. Yo, nigga, you might be gay, bro. Like, you got there's some sort of deflecting going on, right? With Oprah, but it's like, that's one of those, like, an Oprah's been on the island, right? But when the moment Oprah allowed that shit to happen, I went, oh, it's over for her, right? It's over, right? Her peak was Tom Cruise jumping on the couch, and then he did some weird Scientology voodoo and transferred the power, right? Like, that was so crazy. But the fact that Oprah didn't go like, yo, get the fuck off my couch. That's all she had. All she had to do was go, hey, let's not leave foot stains on the couch, right? People sit here, Tom. And he'd go, oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. I was being a nigger on your nigger show. And he'd go, wait, what? Tom Cruise, wait, what? What did you say? You know, he'd have to do something so drastically that would ruin his career after you said, yo, Tom, stop jumping on my couch. Right? Because it's such like a, you meet, he's here, and all you do is go further down. So you go, you're fucking batshit crazy right now, bro. What are you doing jumping on my couch, nigga? And I don't know. That's such an, we try to come, we try to get you breaking news. But this is like, yo, I doubt anyone has this opinion on the Tom Cruise couch. That was the moment when Oprah really, like, then she just started going down the rabbit hole. And she just went down, you know, Epstein, Harvey Weinstein. She went down the Steen's tunnel, you know, that underground tunnel. Right? That underground tunnel leads up into the island somewhere. It's a long tunnel. But I'm pretty sure Elon Musk, you know, got a nice railway track. It's got a nice fucking electric powered subway cart for, you know, getting everybody safely. There's a stop at the island right before the stop at Israel, you know, in the motherland of Tel Aviv. And I'm not saying everybody that has over $100 million likes to have sex with children. But I'm saying it's astonishing how many people that have sex with children and get away with it also happen to have a whole lot of money. I just don't. I'm trying to see the connection, right? I'm not. Feels like, you know, when you're plugging in your phone charger. And this is the only reason I bring it up. My phone's kind of, I think it's going. And I'm glad they have all Type-C chargers now for the new iPhones, and the new phones now all have regulated to one charger. Because I'm going to probably get a new Samsung, and then I'm going to get a new iPhone again till this one runs out. But when they plug it in, it's sometimes you got to jiggle it, and I'm like, oh no, it's over. It's over, bro. This phone's done, bro. Like, it's cooked. I'm like, I'm already like getting my affairs in order. I had a dream actually this night. It was this night. It's the weirdest dream I've ever had. Or it might have been last night. I can't remember. But either way, there's this dream, and I told my subconscious, I'm like, you're tricking me. Every dream is just a trick. I don't need to know dreams, right? So I instilled it in my subconscious deep down. I said, subconscious brain, stop fucking falling for that. You didn't win the fucking lottery. Stop waking up happy, going like, holy fuck, I just fucked 10 supermodels last night. Oh no, shit. I was dreaming. Holy fuck, I won $10 million. Oh fuck, I was dreaming. It's the worst feeling ever. I had a joke I did on open mic nights when I got out of jail. I remember being like, you know, dreaming when you wake up and you're like, fuck, I can't fly. You know, it's a whole lot worse in jail. That was like the worst part in jail is when you're dreaming, your subconscious doesn't realize you're still in jail. So you wake up going like, oh shit, fuck, I didn't win the lottery, but fuck. At least I'm fucking still, you know, it's like you hit it double. And there's something there. There's a joke there. I said a few years back, but I remember it got like some guy was like, holy shit, I never thought of that. I was in jail and fucking, yeah, man, that's true. And I was like, there's something there. I could have fucking workshopped it, but I'm not a comedian. I'm a rapper. And I just come into comedy like T.I. does. And I jump on the couch and piss on your comic books, right? And I go, that's pretty easy. And then everyone goes, great job for a guy that never done it. And it's essentially like when a comedian does a rap. And everyone goes, that's actually pretty good. Because the bar is so low for anyone that doesn't rap. You're an actual rapper and you've been telling people you're a rapper for years now. They go, alright, nigga, better be spectacular. Look at J. Cole. I think, okay, what was I going on? Oh, yeah. My dream about my phone. Okay, we'll go. Okay, we'll part J. Cole's album for a little bit. It's called The Fall Off, by the way, right? The album, The Fall Off. But okay, we'll put that in. We'll subcompartmentalize that. My dream about my phone. I had a dream that I cracked my phone. And this is like, and then I know there's like the memes going on about how like no one ever dreams about. I dream about my phone. I don't know about y'all niggas. Maybe because I'm doing business on my phone. Maybe because y'all niggas is broke and all you do is stare at other people, imagining that your phone doesn't exist and that you're in the room with Joe Rogan or whatever listening to this podcast. No, I know that it's my phone and it's just someone just happened to record it and now I'm able to see it through public domain shit, you know, or what it's in the public zeitgeist, right? But I remember my phone was cracked screen, and I was like, oh shit, right? Like it's like fuck. And each time I used it, it got worse. So I don't know what the psychological dream interpretation is, but I remember like each time my phone got worse, and I guess every time you use your phone, right? Like it slowly diminishes. I don't know, the battery. Eventually, it's gonna break. Or I dropped it the other day, maybe that was it. Like each time I'm dropping it, there's a little chip or there's a little scratch on the thing. I use it till it runs out, the battery diminishes a certain percentage. Oh shit. Every single metadata storage thing, it slowly takes up the memory, to the point where you just end up, it's like, do you want to pay $2 a month or do you just want to get a new phone? I'd always just get a new phone. Just get a new phone. If my shit's running up, alright, just get a new phone. My shit, I don't know, like deleting things. I'll delete like these podcasts because I upload them. But that's whatever, man. It's just nowadays, bro. Like you'll go onto Spotify, right? And you just look up and Spotify's like, yo, we already downloaded everything you liked. We downloaded all this stuff for you, just in case. And you're like, how the fuck did I run up 10 gigs? I you know. On Spotify without downloading anything. It's like we saved all your preferences. Also, we realized we're building up that next year's data surveillance of your Spotify Wrapped. I know what I like. Like I don't know who the fuck needs to know that they listened to Coldplay for 52 weeks. You know what I mean? For the 52 week, you listen to Coldplay a total of, out of the 52 weeks, you listen to them for 3 weeks straight. And you're like, what the fuck am I doing? 3 weeks of listening to Coldplay. You go, Jesus Christ, man. Better call BetterHelp. You're gonna wanna, you got a Coldplay addiction, bud. Every time it's usually always like music where I'm like, I listen to that all the time. It's just like, I listen to that all the time. Thanks, Spotify. Your favorite artists are CASHLEADERS and Mediumjay. Well, you listen to that a lot, and you listen also to a lot of Joe Rogan. Listen to a lot of your own podcasts too, buddy. Keep it up. You're your number one fan. I'm gonna go, thanks, Spotify. I needed that. No one's gonna pass my super likes in my own chat, right? But J. Cole, we'll talk about J. Cole. Now, J. Cole makes music for niggas that think someone saying idolize. Idolize. Put my feet up on the dashboard. You know what I mean? I'm going to Cuba with this line. Idolize. It's realize. Idolize. Ooh, I made that. Ooh, I am. It's 14-year-old girl deep. J. Cole. I'm sorry. But that 90s rap, there's a reason why 90s rap was 90s rap. Ain't no 90s rap. Ice Cube's a good rapper, but what he's trying to do, it's you can't be cool if you grew up in an era and dominated that era and then tried to be. Michael Jordan isn't playing basketball anymore. I mean, LeBron James is still playing ball. And he's literally said when he got blown out one time, I remember I tweeted out, I'm like, yo, Lakers are having difficulty scoring, right? Like they were having trouble, and it was like a bum team too. It was like Washington Wizards or something. They were just getting blown out. Like it was like a 30-0. It was embarrassing. I tweeted it out, right? And obviously LeBron James follows your boy in a secret account, and he had to address it. He said, I don't have many more games in me. That's what he said. So it's like, it's an immediate and amazing deflection off of, like, this game was trash, but let's be clear, I might be retiring soon. And that's awesome to dangle that carrot. Like, I don't know, I might retire, nigga. Come to my games, buy our tickets, buy my merchandise, buy my jerseys and whatnot. My LeBron 3s, he's probably on LeBron 70s by now. He's got the LeBron 70 retros coming back. He's LeBron 112s, whatever. He's got a bunch of shoes. Clearly, he has to. He's got his shit set up for life, right? And LeBron James is smart. He got his sons. I think he's got 2 sons in the game. He's like, I want on any nigga that could kind of hoop, just come into the game. And Scottie Pippen Jr.'s son is also, and I'm like, yo, I get like nepotism. And this Black History Month, so we need more nepotism as niggas. We need call up your. Once my son's old enough to start rapping, then I'll talk to him. Get him in the game. It's amazing. It's amazing, bro. Nuts. All that shit about selling your soul is a metaphorical stance on I allowed this guy to run everything. That's all it is. I sold my soul in terms of like I let P. Diddy just take all my rights. I let P. You know what I mean? So when someone goes like, do you own this? Do you own your master? Do you own your publishing? I go, I never signed any of it away. And I'm like, what does that mean? And I go, then you should be out of the conversation. Like, it's still there. I just haven't built up the catalog where I have millions of fucking songs already banked off of my original songs, right? Because right now, I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure anybody like, no one's gonna be a Bad Bunny without the corporate marketing. You're never gonna be able to, like, hey, let's call an independent artist for the Super Bowl halftime. They go get the fuck out all that corporate NFL money. They go get the. They'd be like, yo, you're fired. You will anybody pitching anything. They just deleted Little B's music off of Spotify and Apple, bro. They don't give a fuck. And I remember because I was like, this is big because Little B had he had two feature songs on Justin Bieber's album. And you're like, Little B and Justin Bieber are not, they're not the artists that you would ever see ever together, right? Justin Bieber's here in terms of the corporate marketability. The whole machine behind Justin Bieber gets played on the radio. So eventually I'm like, yo, this is going to be interesting because Little B is so, like, once any kind of fans start gravitating towards Little B's thing, they go, it's such like Little B's music is actually, to be honest, like the first time I genuinely cried when I'm like, oh, I get it now. Like, this guy makes you hate him, right, with his bullshit raps. Then he has like the raps that are tailor-made for rap hip-hop. Then he has some weird shit where he kind of describes talking to himself and God, and through him he's God. It's a lot of like not grandeur. He has a song called Illusions of Grandeur mixtape. I'd suggest people listen. I'd suggest people go on the rabbit hole that Little B has. Like, you have to dedicate at least a weekend, couple of days where you can kind of sit back and just reflect on some of his early work. Birth of Rap is amazing, right? Some of his music, but they just wiped everything off except one album, Blue Flame, that had Wonton Soup, which was his hit. Because they didn't want to give, which is funny because if you're gonna fucking ban all of someone's music, but then keep their one hit up there, like this is your one bread maker, buddy. You know, it's basically like the bully taking your lunch money, but leaving you like the bus fare. Right? You got bus fare to make it home, or whatever, because we want you to come back with that lunch money. We want you to keep coming back. We still want your money, taking everything except your one thing that, you know, it's like the mob breaking your legs, but you work at the office, so you can still wheelchair in. You know what I mean? They didn't throw you in the river just yet, right? I don't know, man. It sparks controversy because for most independent artists, no one even bothers to take the time. Like, if I said to everybody, "Hey, man, I gotta clear everything with these guys," there'd be no music out. Because no one you have to have someone message you, right? You have to go, hey man, we'll sign some shit. Let me pay this, clear the sample. I'm an independent artist, so there's gonna be we might be lucky to make $5 to $10 off of this song for our lifetimes in general. So can I give you $25? That's literally 2.5 times what we most likely will make off of the digital things. I'm trying to build up something, right? And like, statistically speaking, if you did like the prop betting AI analysis on how much any kind of independent art, so they go, there's no point because they don't even message you back, right? These labels and execs and the actual artists, a lot of them are dead. Who do you call if you want to sample Beethoven? Who do you call? Beethoven's estate? His great-great-grandson? Right? Like, who do you call when you want to clear a Beethoven or a Mozart, or you gotta put in some sort of Shakespeare dialogue or some sort of poem that you took from Shakespeare? You know what I mean? Like, who do you call when you want to sample Chuck Berry, right? The Berry estate. Like, these guys are like old. You go to the nursing home. You go to the nursing home for Alice Cooper and go, listen, man. First off, you're a legend. He's like, what? You're a legend. What's that, Sonny? Forget it. I'm stealing your shit. I guess we're gonna make 40 cents off of it in 20 years by the time he dies. So if you want half of that, I could give it to you up front right here. Here's 2 nickels. Nurse, there's my pills. I don't understand why they could do that to Lil B. But you know, I suppose J. Cole makes good music, and I appreciate J. Cole's music. But it is coming at a weird time. That's all I'm gonna say, J. Cole. You heard the Epstein files and decided to surprise drop, right? Because there's always that goofy motherfucking artist that always comes up right around the time when real controversy happens, you know, just to get people talking of something else. It's just the whole cloak and dagger, or the distraction. It's the, hey, look over there, and don't look at this shit that's going on over here. J. Cole just dropped. Niggas start fighting. Light skins, dark skins start asking, is J. Cole still got it? You name the album The Fall Off. The moment you paint yourself into a picture, even if it's good, I listen to it. I listen to 3 songs. I go, out of the 3 songs, I liked one of them, but it wasn't like, oh my god. Every time I listen to J. Cole, other than Forest Hills Drives, I think he fucked up. Something about Forest Hills Drives, and I think he hit something where he might be a smarter than average nigga, and he might be a reflective guy, but he's socially awkward. But the one song that really, Wet Dreams, was his real good song, but it's about a guy, and most guys can relate, like, oh, like, first time getting laid, and he's talking through it, trying to big up himself to the girls, like, oh, girl, I know what I'm doing. It's like, practice watching people put on condoms. But J. Cole said he never had a dad help him put on a condom. He never had a dad to help him put on a condom, which that's where I was like, turn it off. First of all, I never had a dad neither, but I had a stepdad, and if my stepdad taught me how to put on a condom, I was either too young to know how to put on a condom, right? I was too young if I didn't know how, or I was too old, and this is just weird, right? Like, if I'm a 16-year-old dude asking my dad, how do I put this plastic over my cock? How do I do this? How can you show me? Can you help me? Here, you know what? You take control. I'll just sit back, stroke it, get a little hard. Oh, you roll it on. Ooh. Oh, thanks, Dad. Take it off, put my pants back. Anyways, are we having chicken or pizza for dinner? What are we doing for dinner? What do you, like, I get that you're a nigga, and sometimes you say stuff that, you know, gets people going. Kanye West, for example. But when you say, I never had a dad to help me put on a condom, I don't think that's what dads are for. Listen, I mean, I never really had. My dad was long gone before I was old enough to even think about sex. But guaranteed, I would rather that nigga go if he's the type of dad, instead of helping me, you know, fix a cabinet or change my oil or change a tire, he's helping me put on condoms and what porn to jerk off to. Like, I don't think I want that. I would be considerably more. I would be on the list right now. I'd be on the list. I would have fully gotten into the island, wrapped up in that island. So J. Cole, like, listen, man. Whatever you're into, like, keep that shit gay. That sexual shit. Alright, if it's your first love, but whatever you're talking about with you wanting your dad to be there for you so that you knew how to put on, I guaranteed you gotta run that by a nigga. You gotta run that by not these corporate niggas. This is Black History Month in a full effect, bro. The real African history. You gotta understand, as a nigga, you can't let your white side, you know what I mean? That all of the people that's a white guy thing. I want my dad to help me put on a condom. I don't know how to do it, Dad. That's your white side talk, and I'd go through it too with my white side. But it's Black History Month, so my black side always takes over and goes, "Nigga." I was like, I get real white guy slavery when my white sides, my white side's like, yes sir, master. I go do the dishes, nigga, and I go, yes sir. I get up and I clean those dishes nice and spotless. go get groceries, nigga. You gotta go get some garbage bags. You gotta go take out the trash. Yes sir, master. Get real slaver. I don't ever let my white side forget it. You know what I'm saying? My nigga side just be real. Hey, get your feet off that couch, white boy. Yes, sir. Sit up straight and shit. But man, with the independent artists nowadays, man, there is, and it always happens around when the Grammys hit. And they start doing their numbers, and they go, people are somehow they go, Drake lost the most amount of, and all of a sudden he got it back again. Don't Be Dumb by A$AP Rocky magically hit 1 billion. I haven't heard anybody talking about it. I haven't heard nothing on, I haven't heard nothing on anything other than Twitter and people going like, this album's fucking epic. Or, it's not that good. I don't know why they didn't. This sounds like he's just rapping like he did 10 years ago, right? And I don't mean to like cut down guys like A$AP Rocky, but like Rihanna wasn't gonna have a regular nigga, right? Like she had to pick it was something, and she picked something that pissed off all their bullshit lover boy, like all their little Chris Browns and all her little what's his name's Drake's, these weird like model guys. She got it's A$AP Rocky's not pretty. He's a pretty ugly or he's an ugly pretty nigga. You know what I mean? Pretty ugly. He's not pretty ugly. He's an ugly pretty nigga. Like he's ugly. But he'll wear designer. He'll go to like a beard trimmer. Right, he'll get like a girl to braid his hair for 17 hours. He'll get a perm and his nails cut. He's that kind of nigga. I'm rugged, handsome nigga. There's difference. He's ugly, pretty. What's his name? Is ugly. Fuck. The guy from Shameless. That guy. I can't remember his name, but pretty much the main character, other than the girl, right? The guy, and he's now like doing Gordon Ramsay in the kitchen, stressed out. Fuck it, I gotta scramble eggs at 4 a.m. no, not at 4. At 11 a.m. I gotta cook another batch of eggs. How many do they want? They want 2, chef. Fuck me, 2 eggs. You know what I mean? That whole show is just based on fuck me. What they want? Ice in the water. Fuck. They said lemon. We don't got lemon. We don't got lemons. What happened to the lemons? We left. The late night chef left them out. Shit. Grabbed a rope and a stool. I'm hanging myself. Just go out and have a smoke. He goes out, has a smoke, and runs to the store to get lemons. It's like, I don't know. That's the show. Basically, sorry, spoiler alert. That's the show. But that ugly guy, I think his name's Blip. No. Whatever Gallagher. It's something Frank. He's Frank Jr. Gallagher, but the guy, I think they just call him. I think that's his name. I don't know. I can't remember actually, to be honest. I'm fucking up. But whatever that dude's name is, he's fucking ugly, handsome, right? A$AP Rocky's ugly pretty because he's leaning into being like a prince, and not like a prince, but many people consider Rihanna the queen, but A$AP Rocky, is he a king? And I meant like a prince, the pretty boy prince, but Prince was so feminine that he was like that androgynous type of like metro sex. On the cusp, you could hang out with girls all day, and at the end of the night they go, oh yeah, he has a dick, let's suck it, let's suck them off. You know what I mean? That's it's pretty much every metrosexual. Every time I hang out with girls, eventually you know what I mean? It just comes up like, oh, I'm kind of horny right now. Let's fuck. And it's like, when as a guy, I'll say no, but it's like the long beatdown of like, eventually, like, we're doing our nails, we're going shopping, we're talking about her boyfriend. You know what I mean? We're doing everything that like wears on your soul. If you're a real man, if you're a guy that likes to get his nails painted and shit like that, I don't know, get your hair braided, I don't know. I'd rather just shave off all my hair, lose my nails in a war against a raccoon over my lunch that I dropped on the floor, and the raccoon picked it up, and I'm fighting a raccoon for my lunch. That's me. That's what I'd rather. That's how I get my nails cut, by cutting them while I'm choking a little raccoon, and I'm bashing his head into the floor and trying to choke him out so that I get the last drop of before, you know, the peanut butter sandwich enters his mouth. That's that it, I guess. That's the weekend show. That's the weekend show with Mediumjay. Like and subscribe. Actually, please comment saying, and I bet Joe Rogan. This is the Joe Rogan bet, and this for LawyerLeaders. I don't know. Legally, this is all right. We'll just put it. If you comment saying I accept the bet, I got $5 on it. Right? Joe Rogan's got to have one black guy. He probably will. So it's a losing. The month of February. It's we're on the. It's the 10th of February, right? Probably release this tonight or tomorrow morning. Try to get it out as soon as possible. You'll most likely have a black eye on. If okay, the bet starts. It's okay. Did I say okay? One guy. He'll definitely have fucking a black comedian that's hanging. But also niggas. Here's the thing about you can't force a guy to come onto your podcast, and niggas get real bougie on Black History Month. We get real like my they at work they just ask, hey, do you want to work today? I go, nah. They go, okay, thank you for your service. I go, that's right, that's what's up. Black wealth is diminishing, just showing up late. It's Black History Month. You didn't come into work today. Oh, you mean the work that was invented by Arthur McSlavey? The guy who invented working. It's always the phone. You know the iPhone was invented by Steve Jobs, but did you know that he had a slave assistant named Aurora Rethra? And she actually helped him patent the patent. She actually had him, but he ended up patenting the touch screen technology. It's always like the stoplight. You mean that was invented by a black woman? It's always something. They always make some crazy. The camera was also invented by also. And I don't mean to, because there are a lot. But when they go, Shakespeare was a woman, and of color, and you go, oh man. I bet Shakespeare stole probably a lot from black people, but he was probably a white guy. He was most likely a white. Ain't nobody know the inner relation. Ain't nobody hiding in the bushes watching Romeo and Juliet do some crazy shit, writing it down, going like, "This is a play." Ain't no black person do that shit. Ain't no black person know the intricate details of a 14-year-old relationship like Shakespeare, bro. Ain't nobody doing that. But yeah, bet's still on. But I think Joe Rogan might have some black people that he wants to get on. But as it's going, I think the last month he went one, maybe two, for black people in January. So and obviously once this comes out, the bet, Joe Rogan does stream snipe me. He watches a lot of my shit because I always hear my mannerisms coming out of his mouth. And Joe Rogan just hit a nigga up. Just hit a nigga up, bro. Just please, I'll be the nigga. And then I'll be like, I bet against myself. I put the bet up on whatever, but I took 1,000 to 1 against my own thing. And then I'll be the nigga and I go, and it'll be corrupt, obviously. I go, and I'll tell all the guys, that's just a whole roundabout way of like telling them to get, better help. We'll help you with your gambling addiction. It's AA. Shouldn't have been betting. See, it's rigged. I rigged it myself. But Joe Rogan hit a nigga up. It's probably really easy to just make it up if you're a lawyer. With anything that's going on, just make it up. J. Cole's mid. He's been mid since 2014, which is 12 years ago. It's sad. Call your album The Fall Off too, by the way. Come on, man, dude. Nah, like even if it was good, you're setting up the expectations. Like you might as well say, "I suck." The album, download it today. I suck. This is The Fall Off. Here's me falling off. Oh, I'm climbing up that. Oh, I fell off. Hey, like and subscribe. I fell off. You fucking suck. J. Cole, you trash. And I don't mean trash as in like it's worthless. I mean that you're hitting a level where it's like you're deep in something that you're chasing, and you're like, I keep almost getting there. But it's your points, right? Like it's like I keep almost making a point with my raps, but it's also ambiguous enough that it's just a song. I really hate artists that do that. I hate artists that go, well, like this is just interpreted to however you want. Like your shit should have meaning. There should be something. You meant to do it. You meant to hop on the track and start talking, rapping, singing, getting people to dance. There's some sort of end goal objective. And some of these people make albums and go, it's just put all those songs together. That song's good, put it together. They just record all this shit and they just willy-nilly choose. And I don't know who does that. I always immediately know exactly before anything gets recorded, I go, this song's are in this category for that album, that song's in that album, that song, and I get all the colors. I get the album covers first, and I go, I'm gonna find the words eventually, right? I'm gonna find the beats eventually. Right now we have an image, we have a picture, and I work backwards, which I don't know if it's genius or just kind of lazy. And it's not lazy for sure. But it's like you start with the end goal and you work your way back, and you figure it out. Okay, J. Cole, Little B's music is, and hopefully Little B gets his music back, because this sets a precedent for most people. It's like, there's gonna be a lot of independent artists that once they get to a certain threshold, right? You get a feature with Justin Bieber, and then they just take it all away. Because you're like, fuck, there's no corporate. All the corporate guys go, okay, now we want to fucking take his shit off. Now we want to get money. Now you owe us this. It's like, now your catalog has to be determined as mixtapes. When in reality, you could do parodies, and Lil B's not a serious rapper, but as an artist, eventually, if you do enough music, no matter how much you joke, you'll eventually have to get serious. And I realized my brother said that, and I had to get serious eventually. And the moment I did, like, the Cosby Pill it will be my coup de grace. Which to me, I wouldn't even released it, because I don't like that kind of music. I don't like super reflective, like, this is what happened to me, and I'm gonna tell you my side of the story, and also skew, because it is you don't get to hear the girls' version of it, but the girls' version, I kind of went on how she was singing, but it's my storytelling always goes from, it's me, then also here's how it seems, and here's how it's perceived, and then also at the end of the day, it's like, geez, I'm back to me. And I think that's That's I guess a disease. I guess it's a disease like schizophrenia, like seeing yourself and then through the lens of other people, and then sometimes people see you as a monster, so sometimes you become a monster, right? Other days you're just like, oh, people see me as this, but I'm deep down, you know what I mean? I'm Dexter, you know, deep down I'm Dexter. But they see me as some clean cut guy, which is also that's also psychopathic, right? Um, there's the duality, but here's the thing about like schizophrenics, the schizos, the paranoid motherfucking conspiracy there. We was right. All you niggas that bet on flat Earth, you're dumb. Flat Earth, fuck out of here, man. It's reptilian child eating cannibals. Good night, everybody.